Have you ever wondered why people seem to drift away after talking to you? Why conversations feel one-sided, and at the end, you're left with the unsettling sense that they were simply being polite? Here's the hard truth. People rarely avoid us because of who we are. More often, they avoid us because of how we communicate. Communication is the bridge that connects us to others. Across that bridge, we build friendships, careers, partnerships, even love. But the bridge is fragile. A careless word, a thoughtless habit, or an unconscious mistake can weaken it until it finally breaks. And when it breaks, people walk away. They don't announce it, they don't leave a note, they simply stop showing up. The painful part? Most of us don't even realize when we're making these mistakes. We tell ourselves, I was just being honest, or I was trying to help, or I was only sharing my perspective. Yet to the other person, it may have come across as arrogance, criticism, or indifference. Let me share a truth that can change your life. If you eliminate the common mistakes of communication, people will seek your presence. They'll look forward to your company. They'll feel valued, respected, and energized when they're around you. And that is the foundation of every meaningful relationship, both personal and professional. Today, I want to reveal the 10 deadly mistakes of communication that cause people to avoid you. Mistakes that destroy trust, repel opportunities, and create invisible walls between you and the very people you want to connect with. But here's the good news. Every single one of these mistakes can be fixed. And when you fix them, you'll transform the way people respond to you. You'll notice longer conversations, deeper connections, and more open doors in business, friendships, and life. As I walk you through these mistakes, you may recognize yourself in some of them. It might even sting a little, because no one enjoys facing their blind spots. But that discomfort is a gift. It means you're becoming aware. And awareness is the first step toward change. So, let's begin with the first mistake. Mistake number 1, talking only about yourself. Picture this. You're sitting in a cafe with a colleague. For 20 minutes, you're sharing updates about your work, your plans, your achievements. They nod politely, smile occasionally, and then suddenly check their watch and say, "I've got to run." You leave the meeting thinking, that was a good conversation. But here's the reality. It wasn't a conversation. It was a monologue. The first mistake is this: turning every exchange into a speech about yourself. People avoid those who dominate the spotlight because human beings are wired to seek validation. Each person you meet is the protagonist of their own story. And if you fail to make space for their voice, their thoughts, their emotions, they'll quietly retreat. The antidote is simple. Shift the focus. Instead of trying to impress, aim to understand. Ask questions like, what's your perspective on this? How did you handle that challenge? What matters most to you in this situation? Then truly listen. Don't listen to reply, listen to connect. A powerful exercise. In your next conversation, set a silent rule for yourself. Let the other person speak more than you do. Become the curious explorer instead of the broadcaster. Watch how their eyes light up when they feel heard. People don't walk away because you're unworthy. They walk away because you didn't give them a chance to feel significant. And significance is what every human being craves most. Mistake number 2, interrupting others. Now imagine this. Someone is sharing a story with you. They're halfway through, and suddenly you cut them off with your own comment, your own example, your own opinion. You didn't mean to be rude. You were probably excited, eager to connect. But in that moment, here's what runs through their mind. He doesn't really care about what I'm saying. He just wants to hear his own voice. Interrupting is one of the fastest ways to drive people away, because every interruption screams, "My voice is more important than yours." And no one, not a friend, not a client, not even a family member, enjoys feeling minimized. The truth is, most of us interrupt without realizing it. We believe we're engaging, showing interest, contributing, but the effect is the opposite. We steal the stage, and the other person feels invisible. Here's the principle. Respect the rhythm of the other person's words. Let them finish. Let their thought breathe. Instead of formulating your reply while they're still speaking, focus entirely on what they're saying. And when they stop, wait one extra beat before you answer. That pause is powerful. It tells them, "I value you enough to give you space." Think of the people you admire most: mentors, leaders, great friends. They're not remembered for dominating conversations. They're remembered for how well they listened. Practice this. In your next discussion, count silently to 2 before responding. Resist the urge to jump in. Give people the gift of finishing their thought. You'll be surprised at how much trust and respect you build. Remember, interruptions kill connection. Patience creates trust. Mistake number 3. Constant complaining. Imagine meeting someone who, no matter what the topic, always finds a reason to complain. The weather is too hot, the boss is unfair, the government is corrupt, the traffic is unbearable. Every conversation feels like a storm cloud rolling in. Here's the truth. People run away from chronic complainers. Why? Because complaining is emotional pollution. It drains energy, it poisons the atmosphere, and it leaves everyone feeling heavier than before. We live in a world already full of challenges. Most people are desperately searching for light, not another shadow. Now, it's normal to vent once in a while. We all need to release frustration. But when negativity becomes a habit, when every sentence starts with a sigh, you turn into an energy vampire. And energy vampires rarely get invited back. Here's what you must understand. People don't remember every word you say, but they always remember how they felt after talking to you. If they leave feeling inspired, they'll return. If they leave feeling drained, they'll avoid you. Practical shift. Instead of complaining, reframe. Instead of, "This project is impossible," try, "This project is challenging, but here's how we could tackle it." Instead of, "I hate my job," try, "I'm grateful I have work, but I'm exploring ways to make it better." Positivity is magnetic. Optimism doesn't mean ignoring problems, it means refusing to be consumed by them. When you choose solutions over complaints, people will want to be around you. Remember, negativity repels, positivity attracts. Be the person who brings light into the room, not the shadow that darkens it. Mistake number 4. Giving unsolicited advice. Picture this. A friend shares a personal problem with you. Maybe they're stressed at work. Maybe they're struggling in their relationship. You jump in with a solution. "Here's what you need to do." You think you're being helpful, but watch their reaction closely. Often their eyes dim, their body stiffens, and the conversation suddenly feels heavier. Why? Because advice that wasn't asked for often feels like criticism. When you give someone a solution without their permission, the hidden message is, "You don't know what you're doing. Let me tell you how to live." And no one enjoys feeling incompetent. We do this with the best of intentions. We want to help. We want to fix. But most of the time, people don't need fixing. They need listening. They need empathy. They need a safe space to express themselves without being judged or corrected. Think about it. When was the last time you poured your heart out and someone immediately tried to solve your problem? Did you feel understood, or did you feel dismissed? Here's the principle. Ask before you advise. Simple phrases like, "Would you like my perspective on this?" "Do you want advice, or do you just want me to listen?" "I have an idea that might help. Do you want to hear it?" These questions give control back to the other person. They allow them to decide whether they want input or simply a sympathetic ear. And when they do ask for your advice, they'll actually value it. Practice. The next time someone shares a struggle, resist the reflex to solve it. Instead, pause and say, "That sounds really tough. How are you feeling about it?" Show them that their emotions matter more than yours.